Do you want to know how to make the easiest and most beautiful edible roses? Using this unique cutter, I'm going to show you how. So, shall we get going? Let's start by talking about the paste. I'm using modelling paste because you can roll it thin and it holds its shape. Now, as for the colour, I'm going for this. This is the colour Splash in Coral because it's a beautiful on-trend colour. Let's start by colouring it, and you only want a tiny, tiny bit. These colours are super strong, super concentrated. And I would strongly advise that you do use a gel colour or a paste colour, because the thing with liquid colours is that they can change the consistency of your paste. And I'm just going to knead that in until I've got the desired colour. Right, I'm really happy with that colour now. I think it looks beautiful. So now I'm going to roll it out, and I have got a really good tip for you. I'm using corn flour, not icing sugar. And I have made my very own corn flour pouch. I've just got a little square of muslin, filled it with corn flour and tied a little pretty ribbon round it. Now we're going to roll this out using this small rolling pin. As you're rolling, just keep turning your paste so it doesn't stick. Okay, there we go. Now, as you can see, I've rolled that just quite thin, just under 1 millimetre, I would say. Now, as for this is the rose cutter, the most amazing tool for making these most beautiful roses. So we place it on and then press it in, give it a little wiggle, and then we just want to take off the excess paste and pop that out. Now I've got a foam pad here. We want to place this onto the foam pad. Now, using your rolling pin, you take this end and you want to press down gently on the edge of each of the curves. There we go. And before we move on to the next stage, we just want to take that off, move that out the way, and place your paste back onto your work surface. I've got some edible glue here. Now you just want to take a brush and brush 1/2 of your petals from the centre line. There we go. And then we want to fold it in half. So we take our petals and literally fold it over and then just gently press it down. Right, now I'm going to bring my foam pad back in because it's really important that you actually have a straight line here, because we're going to roll this up into a rose. And if you don't have a straight line, you end up with a cabbage and not a rose. Now we take our glue again, and this time we glue all along this surface. Now you don't want to go too high, you don't want to touch the top. Okay, now using the foam pad as your guide to keep that straight line, what we do is we just want to start to roll quite tightly from one end. Just roll that in, keep that nice and straight, and you're starting to roll them up. And roll them until you have 3 petals left, like so. Then we can move our foam pad out the way, and this time we actually pick it up and start rolling, like so. Now, we have the beginnings here of a very beautiful rose. What we do now is start teasing it and opening the petals. So you take just your thumb and finger and you start just pulling them out slightly, moving along. And I tend to pull them all in the same direction. It makes it look a lot more realistic. Just do a slight twist. and again in some of the more central ones. And another good tip is just to take a brush, and that way you can really, rather than getting your thumbs in there, which can be a bit clunky, you can get the bristles of a brush in there and just really open up them petals, making it look very beautiful and delicate. And then we just want to give that a little bit of a squeeze, not too hard. You don't want to squeeze the center upwards. And that looks absolutely beautiful. Final thing is to take some scissors whilst your paste is still soft, pick it up, and you just snip off the bottom, place it back down, and put it back into the shape that you want. How beautiful does that look? Absolutely stunning and so simple. Now we've got our rose, we're ready to start decorating our cupcakes. I've got some buttercream here, and my nozzle is a 2D, and I'm going to pipe a simple rose. So you start off in the center, squeeze, and then just move it around to the edge like so. Very simple. Just going to repeat with my other ones now. Lovely. And as you can see, I've actually made some more roses here. So we're going to place these onto our cupcakes whilst your buttercream is still soft. How lovely is that? Now, time to display them on this lovely stand. That was just so quick and easy to do, and look how effective it is. Last one on the top here. And I also really like the way I have placed them in these teacups. It's just another way to present them to your guests. The products that I've used in this video are in the description below, and I really hope that you enjoyed watching and I've inspired you in this video.